Right now, you're hearing me on the Fifine K668T microphone going directly into my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Check this out, guys. We have this big microphone and we're just going directly into a cell phone. Pretty cool how that works. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you all of the different ways you can hook up the Fifine K668T, whether it be for a live streaming setup, mobile content creation like we have right now, or even in a more professional scenario using an external recorder along with these XLR inputs. Also, I'm gonna show you like a little bonus hack so that you can connect this microphone to this camera without using XLR cables, even though Fifine doesn't really tell you that you can do that. Hey, my name is Mitchell. I hope you're having a great day today. And if you guys like cool videos about desktop tech or tech that you might use at home on your desk, go ahead and give this video a like. Also, tell Fifine to do a better job at naming their products. Fifine K668T is quite a bit of a mouthful, but let's begin. Now, the first way, as I touched on before, is that you can use this into any like flagship device that allows you to have a microphone input over USB Type-C. In this sense, I am just using a normal USB-C to USB-C cable. I believe it's a USB 4 cable, but either way, you don't need to have USB 4, and your phone will provide all of the power needed to go ahead and power this mic. I have the ability to go ahead and use some different pro controls in the Samsung app to go ahead and lower the gain on the microphone. And on this microphone, we also have a mute button. And you can hear me back now. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what this looks and sounds like when connected into a desktop computer. The next way that you can use the Fifine K668T microphone is in a home web streaming setup like this. Right now I'm using the OBSBot Mini 2 Pro, Mini 2, and then I have the Fifine K668T microphone going directly into my computer. It's just my MacBook Pro. And with this setup, this is something that you might likely use if you're using OBS or if you're trying to stream gaming. And I think for stuff like that, this is a totally fine setup. This isn't the flashiest of microphones with RGB and stuff like that, but it does have a nice shock mount. I do kind of like the windscreen that it has on it, or we would call it a pop filter. And in general, I think that this is the way most people are going to end up using this. Another cool feature of the Fifine K668T is that it also has a headphone jack on the bottom of the microphone so that you can monitor yourself. But I'm going to show you right now how you can use that headphone jack to connect it to a wireless camera if you don't have any XLR devices. Now, if you have a slightly more professional setup at home and you want to connect the Fifine K668T to your mirrorless camera, you're going to need to provide some type of power for it. And in this instance, I'm using my S24 Ultra plugged in via USB-C to power the mic. But because I have separate microphone as well as headphone gain controls on the device, I'm able to take the headphone output from the Fifine K668T and run it directly into my Sony a7S III without any kind of XLR adapter or any kind of audio interface. This is a bit of a hack or a bit of a workaround, and Fifine probably doesn't want me sharing this with you guys, but if you're on a budget and you want to be able to use a mic like this with your mirrorless camera, this is probably the best option. Now you're hearing me on the Fifine K668T microphone, but you are hearing me over the XLR input. In this instance, we are using a Zoom H4n to provide phantom power to the Fifine K668T. And if we wanted to, we could go ahead and record high quality 24-bit audio into the Zoom H4n, and we are using it as a line out. So it's providing power to this and then amplifying the mic, and that signal is then being sent into my Sony a7S III. It's worth noting that if you have a more cinema camera like a Sony FX3, it probably has XLR inputs that provide phantom power already. But I think for a lot of people that aren't using a more professional cinema camera like that, something like this might be the next best option. You could also use this to record. If you had 2 of these microphones, you could use 2 of these to record a podcast and have these on different tracks of the Zoom H4, and each one would be recorded separately. I think that the least number of people would use this setup just because if you're likely using something over XLR, you probably have other mics or super high quality like Rode mics and stuff like that. But even then, the fact that Fifine gives us the flexibility to use something like a Zoom or to get that line out for the headphone jack, and we have full control over that, and being able to just plug that directly into a camera is really, really nice. If you want to pick up the Fifine K668T, I will have links to where you can do so in the comment section as well as the description down below. And thanks for stopping by Desktop Tech. All of the different ways that you can use. Right now, you're hearing me on the now first, as you can see in here,